Our lesson today is subtracting mixed numbers. Why, you might ask? Well, real life comes into play with this particular math lesson because in real life, we see mixed numbers, we use mixed numbers a lot, and the fact that we learned how to add mixed numbers means we need to learn how to subtract them. So it's going to come in handy to use with other lessons as well. So let's take a look at the three strategies that we are going to talk about and use. So our first strategy is using a number line poster. Our second strategy is to break the problem into two subtraction problems. And our third strategy is to replace mixed numbers with fractions that are larger than a whole. So let's go ahead and get started with our first strategy, being the number line poster. So all of you have a number line poster in the back of your student math journal. And it is a little bit bigger than this one. As you can see, this one only goes to 2. This one goes to 2 as well. So they're all going to 2 as we look down at each one of these. When I looked at the problem that I put in here for us to solve today, my number line poster does not go far enough for me to be able to use that, but we will talk about how we would use it. So if we look at the first problem that we have, we are going to look at 3 2/3, and we are going to subtract 1 1/3. So what we need to think about is the fact that if we're looking at our denominators, we have a denominator of 3. So that means I am going to need to use the number line that has a denominator of 3. So it looks like this one right here. These all have a denominator of 3. So in order for us to find 3 2/3 on your number line, what would that be equivalent to? I know 6/3 is equivalent to the whole number 2. So let's think about what the whole number 3 would be. Anybody have a guess? All right, so if we would have extended this number line here, 6/3, we would have 7/3 that I've added over here to the left, 8/3, 9/3, 10/3, and 11/3. So I just made it long enough that we could go ahead and use the problem that I have above. So the whole number 3 is going to end up at 9/3 because that's equal to 3. 10/3 would be 3 1/3, and 3 2/3 would end up here at 11/3. So what we would do is we would start here at 11/3, and we are going to subtract 1 1/3. So I'm going to go backwards. This is going to be my 1/3. And then I have a whole number of 3/3, right? So this would be 1, 2, 3/3 would give me a whole number of 1. So I have now subtracted 1 1/3, and to get my answer for that particular problem, my answer would be 7/3, or it would be a mixed number of, anybody have an idea? What would that be a mixed number of? How many 3's can we subtract from 7? 2. And then we would have 1 left over. So my answer would be 2 1/3. So this is using a number line poster. Let's use our next strategy. So our next strategy is to break into two subtraction problems. So hopefully that'll make sense once we get this problem read. We have Jana bought a 5-pound bag of potatoes to make potato pancakes. When finished cooking, she had 1 3/4 pounds of potatoes left. How many pounds did she use? So to write the problem out, we would write 5 minus 1 3/4. Now, if we're going to break this into two subtraction problems, what we're going to do is we are going to grab the whole numbers. So my whole number here is 5. Well, let's get a different color. That's not showing up. 5. And we have a whole number of 1. So I'm going to grab the whole numbers. I have 5 minus 1. That gives me 4. And we only have one fraction. We have 3/4. So we're going to have to take 3/4 from 4. So how might we do that? We could take a whole away from 4 and trade it for 4/4. So let me show you what I mean by that. If we stack this to look like this, up here at the top, currently, this is 0/4, if we want to think about it that way. If we look at the fraction column, we cannot do 0 minus 3. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a whole away from this, and this becomes the whole number 3. And we're going to trade that for a fraction. So we know our denominator is 4/4. So instead of this being 0/4, now we're going to add 4/4 to 0/4. And we get 4/4 here. Then we're going to scoot that 3/4 over at the bottom. And now we have 4 minus 3 in our numerator column, which is 1/4. And then we're going to bring that whole number down because we don't have to subtract it with anything. So our answer would be 3 1/4. So this is a little more complicated because we didn't have a fraction with our whole number 5 to start with. So we had to do some regrouping, so to speak, or some trading to be able to subtract with this particular problem. For our next method, we are going to replace each mixed number with an equivalent number greater than 1. So we've got a problem that states Kevin is a 4th grader and is 4 7/12 feet tall. Kevin's dad is 6 1/12 feet tall. And how much taller is Kevin's dad than Kevin? So we're going to set the problem up as 6 1/12 minus 4 7/12. The first thing that we're going to do is we're going to take a look at how many 12ths would 6 wholes be. So that 6 is going to turn into 72 over 12 because I know that 1 whole is 12 twelfths, and I would have 6 of those. And then I have to add that to the original 12th. So 6 1/12 is going to turn into 73 twelfths. We're then going to take the 4 7/12 and turn it into a number that is bigger than 1. So 4, we know we're going to have a denominator of 12. 12 twelfths 4 times is going to be 48 twelfths. And then we're going to take the original 7 twelfths and we're going to add that to that. and that equals 55/12. So now we have 73/12 and 53/12. We're going to put those into our subtraction problem. And do your subtraction off to the side if you need to. So once we subtract 73 minus 55, we get 18/12, which we then turn into a mixed number once again. So how many 12s can I take from 18? I can only take 1. And then I would have 6 left over 12. And then, of course, we're going to label that with feet. So he is 1 6/12 feet taller than Kevin. So let's summarize what we've done today. We got to see and look at 3 strategies for subtracting mixed numbers. The first strategy was using the fraction number line. So again, you have those fraction number lines in the back of your math journal. The second strategy was to take the problem apart and make it into 2 problems, where we took the whole numbers and we subtracted the whole numbers, and then we subtracted the fractions separately and put them back together. And then the last strategy was renaming the mixed number as a fraction that is larger than the whole number 1. Good job, guys. In class, of course, you're going to do practicing those 3 strategies. So can't wait to see you. Good luck, and until next time.